Welcome to our new episode of Communication Weekly. Today we'll be talking about the topic of the longer long tail, which is part of the subject of media corporations. It also happens to be Charlie's favorite subject, so Charlie, tell us more about it.
Well, the concept of the longer long tail basically revolves around the advantage of the internet and what it brings to businesses in terms of reaching a larger audience, just as offering more products. In return, it is also very good for the consumers as it improves all their needs and wants.
So, what are the needs and wants of online customers? To get a little sample, we'll have Valentin ask our students in our uni right now.
Ready. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
I just have a couple of questions regarding online consumption. I wanted to know, what are the advantages of buying online?
Well, the advantages of buying online are that everything is always available. You can just go into the internet, which is basically, from anywhere today, on my mobile phone, on my computer, from home.
Well, for one thing, it's much faster. You have a much greater range of choice. You can find almost anything on the web, what you can't find in the shops. And then many sites suggest you products that are similar to your product, which is very convenient, I think.
It's very easy for you to buy from your house whatever you want, whenever you need, and without having even to waste time from going to shop compare the products you want to buy.
Okay, so how do you think has the internet changed our consumption, if it's for clothes, if it's for food, etc.? How has it actually affected it?
Well, I think that for many people it affects in the sense that you may tend to spend much more money than you usually do because you buy things without thinking. First of all, if you need them, and secondly, if they fit you well.
Well, for one thing, I personally buy more because everything looks great on the net, and when you actually go to the shop, you might decide against buying it, while on the internet you consume more and then you can send it back later.
You're always looking for something to fulfill yourself, and you always, by advertising, you get told that you're never perfect unless you have that product, that product, So your consumption is like a vicious circle because it goes round and you never stop, and everything's so easy to get and accessible. So I think the internet is actually increasing consumption, which is not a good thing.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Amazon, eBay, and iTunes are all businesses that highly benefit from the longer long tail. It is one of the most profitable business platforms, and as we can see from the interviews, there are quite a few of our students that actually contribute to their success.
But to see how they came to obtain these privileges, let's have Dima tell us more about the longer long tail.
Hello everyone. So the long tail is a concept that was adapted by Chris Anderson's The Longer Long Tail, and is basically a curve that represents the total consumption of all products. So the head in this long tail represents the mainstream commercial products that are popular and guaranteed sold, while the tail represents the niche market and only products that are attracted to specific crowds and not so popular. If a traditional store were to sell all these products, the shelf cost would exceed the profit they would make, and that becomes a problem. However, the internet has allowed companies to now sell their products online, and now products can be sold not necessarily physically, but now virtually. And this is basically the concept of the long tail. For example, taking the cinema, there are 13,000 movies that are made annually. However, not all of these movies can be seen. The shops only buy the Hollywood hit movies, as they guarantee that they'll be sold instead of the movies that won't and will instead cost them shelf space instead of profit. So now these movies can now be found on other services such as iTunes and Napster and don't cost any stores money. So therefore, the concept of the long tail are now providing consumers with an infinite amount of choice, as all products can now be sold without any doubt or worry of any extra costs. However, with the long tail, there are certain disadvantages, as now the market is becoming more competitive, as prices are now more easy to compare with one another, and now consumers are able to influence businesses as their choices matter because they are able to buy their products on the internet and not necessarily physically and personally. And that's a bit about the long tail today. Thank you.
Welcome back. So based on what we've seen, many businesses rely on the longer long tail sales of their products. since they can offer a larger range of products through virtually no shelf costs, hence their sales will be a lot higher. In the contrary, for the consumer, he's going to be able to access each niche of their interest in order to find any kind of equipment or any kind of know-how online in just seconds.
So in the subject of media corporations, we analyze how big media corporations try to set themselves apart in a highly competitive world beside the constant vision of profit maximization.
But that was it from us today, so see us again next time.
Thank you for watching.